Hello, I'm Neil Scott Barber, and I'm going to begin this reading, expressive reading, by one of my very favorite stories, which is from a book by Shel Silverstein called Where the Sidewalk Ends. And it's a story about a little girl called Peggy Ann McKay. It's called Sick, and it gives every argument that she can possibly give not to have to go to school.
I cannot go to school today,
Said little Peggy Ann McKay.
I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry, I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox. Oh, and there's one more, that's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be instamatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched, my ankle sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold, my toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff, my voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbow's bent, my spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk, I cannot hear. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail, and my heart is... What? What's that? What's that you say? Today is Saturday. I'm going out to play. My dad, he gave me a $1 bill, 'cause I'm his smartest son, and I swapped it for 2 shiny quarters, 'cause 2 is more than 1. And then I took the quarters and traded them to Lou for 3 dimes. I guess he don't know that 3 is more than 2. Just then along came old Blind Bates, and just 'cause he can't see, he gave me 4 nickels for my 3 dimes, and 4 is more than 3. And I took the nickels to Hiram Coombs down at the seed feed store, and the fool gave me 5 pennies for them, and 5 is more than 4. And then I went and showed my dad, and he got red in the cheeks, closed his eyes and shook his head, too proud of me to speak.
This is from Something Big Has Been Here by Jack Prelutsky, and this is the one called Captain Conniption. I'm Captain Conniption, the scourge of the sea. No pirate alive is as fearsome as me. I'm 10 times as tough as the skin of a whale. The sharks cringe in terror wherever I sail. I'm Captain Conniption, the bane of the fleet. I don't wash my face and I don't wash my feet. I wear a black hat and I fly a black flag. I'm as bad as can be, though I don't like to brag. When I'm on the deck with my cutlass in hand, the saltiest sailors start sailing for land. They know I'm the nastiest nautical knave, and bold as a brigand is bound to behave. I'm Captain Conniption, and up to no good. You'll soon walk the plank if I think that you should. I'd show you right now how I vanquish a foe.
But I hear my mother calling, so I have to go.
Thank you. And now something a little bit different. This is by Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence, Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Thank you. Thank you. This is a little story that I found. There's no writer for this, but found it under the heading of retirement, and it's about a fussy woman. She was one of those fussy women who sometimes come into a restaurant. Now, mind you, she said, I want my egg fried exactly 1.5 minutes. The white part should be done real nice, but I don't want the yolk to get too hard. About half a pinch of salt, no more or less, a sniff of pepper. Oh yes, make sure the frying pan isn't too greasy, and I like my eggs straight from the country. One thing, lady, said the waitress ever so sweetly. The hen's name is Doris. Is that all right? Winston Churchill, one of my favorite heroes of all time, was a great statesman, but he was also a bit of a drinker. You probably know that. And he was very quick with his mind, even when he'd had a few drinks. A couple of quick stories. Bessie Braddock, rather large lady from the other party, in the government, said to him one afternoon after lunch, Sir, you are drunk. Churchill replied, Madam, you are ugly. In the morning, I shall be sober. That's the first one. The second one is Nancy Astor one evening. She's an aristocratic lady. She said to him one evening after some event of some kind, she said,
Sir, if you were my husband, I would give you poison.
Churchill replied, If I were your husband, I would take it. And to finish, here is Sonnet 18 by William Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest. Nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe, or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Thank you very much.
Thank you.